All right, everybody, welcome to the Building Bridges podcast. Coming at you fast this week. We've got a pretty large panel. We're going to be talking about some topics that nobody likes, but hey, we're all here to argue and get under each other's skin. Just kidding. Let's go ahead and kick some intros, guys. Tim, you want to start us off?
I'm Tim. I'm a tradesman by day, professional Dark Souls player by night. I just
semi-professional.
Semi-pro. Resident sock dem here. I wanted to congratulate everybody here. I don't know if y'all knew, BBTV did their annual award show, and Building Bridges podcast won the best award for upcoming podcasts. So, congratulations! Give yourself a round of applause. And that's it. I yield my floor.
All right, Taylor, my man.
Yeah. I am a libertarian socialist. I will say these topics might get a little spicy today. I'm probably going to be on the sideline quite a bit, though. I will say straight, I'm 100% right to an abortion, and I like universal basic income. If anyone wants to at me, I will engage. But these might go down not to say that any topic is off limits, but these at some point are gonna get put on a board of okay, we're fucking done. Eventually, I know we have a lot of new opinions, but I feel like these ones we've gotten a little spicy with a few times.
Heck yeah, man. We love the spiciness here. It's Flavor Town here on the Building Bridges podcast. Ian, my man, welcome back. You want to give us a little intro?
Sure thing. Glad to be back. My name's Ian Tart. Got a blog over at thetarttake.com. Post new stuff there every Wednesday. And my political views are best described as anarchy without adjectives.
All right. Brock, my dude.
Hey guys, my name is Brock. I kind of wanted the libertarian, just keep it loose with that term, because I have views that kind of lean all kinds of different ways. So for the most part, I am libertarian though, and I think we're gonna have some good discussion tonight. I know we're going to talk about minimum wage, and I'm going to hit on a few points because I have had a few people on Facebook that said some stuff that really needs to be addressed.
The intellectual powerhouse over at Facebook hopefully will be watching you give these amazing points. Zach, you want to go ahead and give us an intro?
Yeah, I'm Zach. I'm an electrician. I'm a smartass as well, not the good kind. I hope that I don't yell too much. Let's get it going.
All right, Davis, our resident Buffalo University philosophy major and guy who once told his first sergeant when he checked in that his half-mile time was better than his. So go ahead and give us an intro.
Got him.
That is true.
Oh, wait, was the time better though?
It wasn't. I got real for that.
He's been waiting for a week to give you that one.
I thought of it 5 minutes after I couldn't think of anything, and I was like, I have to wait a full week for this, dude. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah.
I'm a right-leaning libertarian. I'm a fighter for the issues that you should respect the unborn and the ones who have already died, unlike Zach. And that's it.
And Trevor, welcome back, dude. Welcome back, my man.
Thank you. I am a right-leaning, conservative-leaning centrist, I guess is the best way to put it. I am the host of a podcast called Fixie's Playground. Y'all listen to that if y'all can. Fun fact, I have over a year's worth of playing time on World of Warcraft.
Oh, wow.
That's putting that out there.
You
I don't play
legally
get your virginity back at that point?
I think so.
I don't know, ask my wife. That's what I'm trying to get
like
Masters in Overwatch.
Did I get a card on my anniversary saying here's,
It's like it's like the
call her,
opposite
she
of a
says,
punch card. Every 10 hours you spend on the game, they take 1 mark away until it's ended.
Yeah. I don't play it anymore. It's Call of Duty now, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And guys, I'm Drew. I'm an old man, but I'm based as hell. Self-proclaimed, by the way. Nobody told me that. And
you are.
you guys, thanks, Tim. I won't say it back, but thanks, Tim. You guys can follow me over on Twitter at Drew Chains with a Z21. I tweet a lot about politics and sports, if either of those things interest you. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive straight into this, guys. I thought we'd start with the one that nobody actually likes talking about, abortion. If anybody wants to take the floor and give like a little opening statement, I'll let you guys rock.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, go for it, my man.
Yeah, so I think abortion is definitely a complex issue, and I think typically both sides of it try to dictate it as an issue of whether or not the baby or the fetus alive or not. And if that's the position you take, I think it's like a lot of people say, oh, I don't have an opinion on abortion or whatever, but I think it's really strange to not have an opinion on abortion if you think it's alive or if you think it's a woman's right. Because on one side of the aisle, you're killing babies, and on the other side of the aisle, you're taking away women's rights. But for my opinion on abortion, I think that I don't think the fetus is a person in the moral sense, but I think it has potential, and because of that potential, you can say it's not alive, but it still has some moral value in the sense that it will become alive. And because of that, I argue that abortion cannot be deemed like a virtuous action, and actually it's an invirtuous action. Doesn't mean necessarily. Now, I would argue that there's a good argument that it should be illegal. It doesn't mean it necessarily should be illegal, but abortion is unjust in the circumstances when the pregnancy arrives from a woman's choice, due to the fetus's potential. And if someone has an abortion, then they're doing an action. It's not virtuous. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
And we'll get into the more argument details once I hear replies.
Absolutely. And me and you have had this talk before, so I think you already know where I'm going to go with this. I think it's kind of silly to sit here and argue whether, if a clump of cells is a baby or a person or not. I'm completely willing to just say that it is going in. I have no problem with that. My only that we kind of have to respect as a society, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like this, but basically, like, my kind of argument is imagine you were driving a car and there's more people in the car with you. I actually heard this analogy a few weeks ago, and because you're a bad driver, you get in an accident, so you are the cause of the accident. Now you wake up in a hospital bed and you're feeding blood to your friend who was in the car, who's now injured, and without your blood, he will die. Do you think that you have a legal responsibility to stay there even up to 9 months, like sitting in this hospital with him? Or do you think you have a legal right to walk away at that point?
Yeah, so that's a really interesting question, and I think that goes right to the heart of my argument, is that my argument is that 100% that person has a moral responsibility.
Sure,
they
yeah.
caused the accident.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, it's like, is forcing a doctor through coercive force to give blood to someone, that seems like you're losing your autonomy in that situation, because you're actually being coerced to do it. But my argument has always been that a woman has actually had full autonomy in her decision to become pregnant if she chose to have sex. Therefore, the continuation of the pregnancy is just a continuation of her autonomous choice to engage in an activity that results in pregnancy.
Engaging, like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well,
okay.
I mean...
Go ahead, you go first.
Well, I don't know, just... It doesn't even always have to be, like, unprotected. Like, sex in general, like, no matter, can lead to pregnancy, but it's not really, like, something you choose. So, like, you don't really make the choice to be pregnant. That's really the only thing, like,
No, I know. That's not my argument either. I'm arguing that they're doing the choice to engage in activity that has a risk, that we all know has a risk of pregnancy. And if they become pregnant by engaging in that risk, they have used their autonomy to become pregnant. That was their self-governance. They took a risk for pleasure's sake, and the risk didn't work out in their favor.
And should driving be?
Okay.
You're driving, if you wreck into a pole, and you have a broken leg, it's like, should we say that was an unjust act? That you broke your leg due to your risk acceptance? That's like, I don't think so.
Right. I think we can kind of argue the moral side of it if you guys want to. For me, like, I don't really see the like utility in that personally. If we're gonna talk like the legality of abortion, I think that could be like a really good like a really good discussion we could have right now. The reason I'm pro-choice though, like I said, is the bodily autonomy argument. If we start saying that,
I'd like to touch on that.
Go for it. Sure.
Sorry. Okay. So when it comes to bodily autonomy, you said earlier you agree that it is a life for all sakes and purposes of the discussion, right? You think it's an unborn life?
Yeah.
Okay. So in our society, we all find it acceptable to arrest and detain people for long periods of time if they infringe on another person's life, if they end it, if they endanger it, right? We agree with this. This is what murder offenses are about. So we already have a precedent set that you have every right to violate a person's autonomy if they are harming another person or another human life. And it's tricky because this is an unborn life. But if we are calling it a life, if we are agreeing that it's a life, and if your action harms that life, then society already deems that it's acceptable to stop that from happening.
Okay, let me ask you...
Yeah, by getting an abortion.
Yeah, let me ask you like a specific question then. Do you see like a difference between doing and allowing harm?
Doing harm or allowing harm? There's a subtle difference, but I think at the end of the day, yeah, it's a very subtle difference, but I guess it would be situational, because are you as guilty if you see something going on and you don't stop it? I mean, I could argue yes. Even our legal society, the way we have our laws, you can definitely be guilty by association. If you're in a car and someone shoots somebody, you're an accomplice. So legally, I think we charge them a little bit differently. I don't think if you're not the murderer, you're not going to be charged as long, but you're still going to go to prison for being accomplice to the fact.
Okay.
So you're still aiding.
Absolutely. And for the sake of like everybody being okay, and don't think that I'm like downplaying the personhood of the fetus or anything like that, I'm just going to refer to fetuses as babies in this situation. Just so that like we're all comfortable here and everything. So if a child who has not been born yet,
we can downplay the baby's importance.
Okay, for my argument, I won't. Okay, for my argument, I won't. A child that has not been born yet, like if you were to just simply remove it from the woman's uterus, it would not survive, right? On its own,
correct.
Right,
but
so
I could say the same thing about a 12-month-old baby that's out of the womb. It's a hard argument to make because most of us have kids, or some, at least some of us that I know of have kids. I have 2 kids. My kids wouldn't have survived without anybody helping them at 12 months old, at 18 months old.
I understand
Probably
what you're
not
saying,
even
but
years old.
I'm talking on a purely biological level. This child relies on the mother's blood, her nutrients she's consuming. She's literally relying on her body to produce the life.
Yeah, up to a certain point in the pregnancy, I can agree with that. But I'm just saying, you see the obvious flaw.